Hello world, it's Craig. Weekly roundup of eBay items that caught my eye this week because I think they're reasonably priced. Some of these are getting cheap enough, I'm afraid they're going to wind up at poachers or gold scavengers. Most of these are STD, there is an S100, and then a couple of oddball but more interesting things at the end. First up, we have 3 of these Octagon Systems STD CPU cards. Now these all appear to be somehow damaged, but it's interesting they've gone to the effort to mark where the damage is. This one, it's obvious. It's got a connector that got beat up and torn off. Now these are all V20 processors. Not sure how you feel about the V20, but there are 3 of these. This one looks like it's in the worst condition. That's number 4. Here's one, number 2, and if you look at it, there's a little place here that there's an arrow, and I'm not sure if there's a defect in the trace. Not sure why this one is considered a defect. Couldn't find any information on these. There's one that has another picture of the defect. I think that's supposed to be a defect. But an interesting thing is I think all of these have a EEPROM on it that was marked. Yeah, we can see the EEPROM is marked STD Basic. So dated 85, 86, Octagon Systems. Haven't been able to find any documentation on this. There's these 3 of them. Put the numbers 4 and below as always. One was number 2, one was number 4. This one doesn't seem to have a title. But this one without the title seems to be in the best condition. There is a little place there up by the connectors that got beat up. But they're fully populated. They have the STD Basic chip in it, EEPROM, so I think I would jump on these. These are, well, okay, I bought one of these. And I've yet to really look at it. But in the future, I think we will be doing a reverse engineering of these if we can't find any documentation. So that said, there's 3 of them left. I think they're a good deal. Some Winsystems stuff. This is related to the STD stuff that we saw last week. This is Winsystems 7604. He's got 6 of these, $25 a piece. If you like Winsystems more than Prolog, these are at $25. These are a good buy. Now there's some MOSTechs. This is a MOSTech IO card, but this one is more sophisticated in that this one actually uses the Mostek PIO controller. So you can see it's got a couple of the Mostek PIO controllers on it. It's STD, a couple of headers. It looks to be in really good condition. $35, I think that's a pretty good deal. Now the next card is the same thing. This is the Winsystems version of that card. You can see it's got the same design, only this one I think's got Z-Log controllers on it. But it's a parallel I/O card, programmable because it's got more sophisticated controllers on it, so it's going to have more handshaking and so forth. Now this is an interesting card. This is a MOSTech. I don't know what the model number is. If this is a model on it, a ALI-1-0, but these are Harris analog to digital converters. So I would expect that in the day this was a pricey card. He's got 2 of these available. And it looks like it's an analog input card. So for something to play with, I think $35, this could bring a lot of fun. Another MOSTech card. This one is interesting. If I look at that chip, so it's got one up in the top corner, and that looks like an Intel 8279. The Intel 8279, that's their keyboard display controller. They use that in the SDK85. So this is some kind of a keyboard interface card. It looks like it's got a little bit of brutal, something happened to that chip right there. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the capacitor in front of it. So actually this looks like it's in pretty good condition. So a nice keyboard control card. Again, for $30, there could be a lot of fun in that. Okay, a CPU card. This is a Z80 Prolog, $50. It's got a couple of EEPROMs in it. So it's going to have a resident monitor or CPM or something running in this card. Looks to be in pretty good condition. $50, I think I'd be all over that if I needed another one. Okay, this poor little guy, I don't know what it is, said it just says it's a vintage 8085. It's $20, but it's going to cost you $21 to ship it across the United States. But it's back in Virginia. If you happen to be in Virginia, you want to rescue an 8085 card. You can see it's got a processor, it's got some EEPROMs, it has some of the Intel support chips. You know, well worth the $20. Are those all 8255s? Those all look to be 8255. So those are all I/O. So a lot of I/O on this. It would be a nice, fun single board computer. And I would like somebody to see this because this thing is going to go to the gold scavengers and the poachers. The EPROMs, the 885, and the support chips. Somebody's going to just pull those things out and sell those for $10 a piece. Okay, the last three items here. This one is a Remex tape reader, and this is interesting. It doesn't have any reels. It's just a basic. You can see that the way this is, Remex made this little module that you could private label, put into your equipment, and this was on a rack mount face. So for $40 and $12 or $50 and $12 shipping, the Remex tape readers are kind of the gold standard. The thing about this one that is good is it has the head, or the light head. You can see right there. There's the bulb. It's got on a lot of these that has been broken off. So it has that head. The bulb may be bad, but at least it's got those parts that are available. A nice standard parallel interface on these Remex tape readers. So I think that would be a fun thing for $50. This next item is the Intel. It's a multibus. It's a Intel multibus disk controller. So this is the 208, I think. Yeah, this is the 208 flexible disk controller. This was kind of one of the workhorses of Intel multibus controllers. Looks to be fairly well populated. Hasn't been poached. Looks like it's in good condition. That's a good buy. $65. That's a good buy. You don't find those a lot. S100. This is a Jade. Jade made good stuff. It's a S100 parallel serial board. I think if you go to the DRAMP website, he's going to have documentation on this board. Might have the schematic, users manuals. So $65 S100. You can get a lot of S100 stuff at $100, but $65. I think that is I think I would look at that if I needed it. Okay, this is the last item, and I'm really worried that somebody's going to grab this and poach it. This is the Prolog 980 PROM programmer. Now the 980 had the 4040 processor in it. You can see time's ticking away on this. $180. This is a really good buy. I hope somebody gets this besides somebody that's going to buy it and tear the 4040 boards out and then sell the 4040 boards for a couple $100. All right, that's it for this week. If you have any questions, let me know. I appreciate you watching. As always, if you're finding any of these useful, give me a thumbs up. And if you do buy something, maybe let me know. It's just nice to know whether this is a worthwhile effort at all. All right, talk with you later. Bye-bye.